Something a little bit different this month. I'm going to open up my favourites to everything. And so we're going to go and have a little look at a rug and at something that has been my absolute favourite of the month. Now, let's start with that because it's not controversial, but it's not the cheapest thing in the world. And I know it sort of divides opinion in terms of whether it's worth it. And I did do a couple of videos on Instagram, so do go and check those out if you want to have a more in-depth review on what I think of it. But my first favourite of September, something that I am now completely addicted to doing, it is the Peloton. I don't know whether you've heard about the Peloton. The Peloton is like a fancy schmancy exercise bike that has this amazing massive screen, and you can connect to live classes, spin classes, or you have thousands and thousands of classes on demand. And I'm not an exercisey person. To be quite honest, I would rather just sit and eat anything or work. You know, I'd rather do anything than exercise, and it takes a lot to get me interested in exercise. However, when I was in my 20s, I used to really love spinning. That was my exercise of choice. And so I knew that I would like this. I just didn't know that I would like it this much because I just find it really involving. I can watch a YouTube exercise video and be like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But with this, I think because you're on the bike and the screen is so close, you feel like they're talking to you, and it does make me work really, really hard. You can also see all of the different efforts and what resistance you're on and stuff like that. And there's a leaderboard so you can see where you rank with everyone else. I just think there are so many elements to it that are so clever, that are just they're like designed to hook you in. It's really bloody expensive though. And so we bought this one, and then about 2 weeks after we had it, they said, oh yeah, by the way, we bought out a better one. It's a bit more expensive, but there's loads of these like cool extras. And because we'd only just bought that, we could upgrade and send the other one, not for free, send that one back and then pay the extra and get the new one. So this one is going and the new one is coming, because we kind of thought, well, why have the old version? And in for a penny, in for a pound. It is a massive investment, but I kind of feel as though if we both had a gym membership that we would never use, then this would be about the same price as a year, or like a year's worth of 2 gym memberships maybe. You do also have to pay a monthly fee as well for the classes. I've forgotten about that. So it's probably a bit more than gym for the year. But I reckon over the course of about 2 years, it would have paid for itself. And the main thing is that we use it. We use it pretty much every day each, and we've got really competitive with each other. So this is my biggest favourite of the month. Oh, the other thing about this is that it's just at home. So there's no sort of, oh God, I've got to find my gym kit. Well, I do have to find my gym kit, but you know, I don't have to like get all my bits together, then make sure I'm in the car at the right time to get to the class at the right time. There's just none of that. I just think, okay, well, I'm ready to go now. And then I do it at the time that I want to do it. Second favourite of the month, and I hope that you appreciate this sort of like guerrilla style filming around my house. I have the world's shittest tripod for my iPhone, and so I don't have any height adjustment, so I'm having to do weird little camera angles like this. However, let's put it on top of the kettle, 1 second. Sleepy tea, loads of people have asked me about sleepy tea, because I have one every single night. I have tried pretty much every single sleepy tea that's out there on the market, in the UK at least, and I've decided that this is my favourite. I do like the Tea Pigs one. I think it's really nice. Pukka also do a good one, but this one is really sort of fruity and warming, and I don't know, it just does the trick for me. So this is the Clipper. I thought this was called Snore in Peace before. Snore in Peace is also a good one, if that's not what this one is. But I'm probably on my, 10th box of this, whereas the other ones I tend to dip in and out. So I know that this must be my favourite. I have to say, when you first smell the tea bags, There is something a bit like animal poo smell about them. Don't let that put you off, all right? Animal poo never did anyone any harm. I find it really nice. So that is my second favourite, Clipper Tea Sleep Infusion. Hello, Mr. Bear. Hello. He's not interested. Here's my rug. Okay, look, let's get a bigger view. Ignore all the bits and pieces in this room, like the chair and mad things over there. It's just the kids have been making dens and I've been doing weird stuff, and so everything's a bit all over the place. But you can see the rug itself, and you can kind of see, hopefully, it really sort of draws the room together. And so, yeah, I love it. And just the colours. This is my fourth rug now that I've bought from Louis de Porter. And yeah, I've been really pleased with all of them. Back in the shoot room, back in the office, so that you feel at home, with two beauty things to finish off. So we've had Peloton rug tea, normal, and now we've got two skincare things. The first has absolutely blown me away. I put this on in an Instagram IGTV recently, and I just can't get enough of these. So they're the Strivectin Daily Reveal pads. And you'll have seen something like this before, like exfoliating, wipe on, leave on pads. They always remind me still of Clearasil pads from when I was a teenager. So that's going back, what? Oh, like over 20 years. Way over 20 years. Because I'm going to be 40 in a couple of months. And I still can't shake that image of the Clearasil, you know, spot pads. However, these are so effective. They've got so many different acids in. So acids for exfoliating, acids for brightening, acids for declogging and helping with blemishes, an acid for helping with dark spots, pigmentation. There's kind of like nothing that these pads won't do. And what I love about them is that normally I finish with a pad and I think, oh, okay, what do I follow this up with? Because, you know, you could put on a serum and a moisturiser, and I'm always a bit like, what do I want to put on after that? And do I really want to follow it with anything? Because do I want to actually buffer the action of the acids, or do I want to just let them do their thing? Well, I kind of feel as though these pads take that decision away from you, because they leave almost like an oily residue on the skin that's really moisturising. Let me just check that you're not supposed to like wash this off or something. I'm pretty sure you're not. No, look. Swipe pad over the face, and they even say follow with serum and moisturiser, but you just don't need to with this, especially if you're using it at night. I mean, I used these pads before I did my makeup, and I just used the pads and went straight in with my makeup, well, about 10 minutes afterwards, and my face felt really moisturised, and it just had this sort of, it felt like I'd massaged face oil into my face, basically. And it looked really sort of glowing and lovely. So I went straight in with my foundation. And I don't see why you can't do that. I don't think that you particularly need serum and moisturiser after these, which makes them, in my opinion, the ultimate one-step facial. Because everyone always says about one-step facials, but really, that is one step. So I think they're really, really good. The other thing I want to show you are these products from Simple. And I was really quite blown away by these as well, because, so these are a new range that Simple have launched. And I just thought that the textures were very, very unusual, but also very pleasant. So first of all, there's this Radiance Booster, and it's an UVA, UVB protection, SPF 30, and it is like a dry oil texture. So for those who really, really can't abide putting on sunscreen, this has got a very pleasing way about it, I feel. I mean, you need to use a fair amount, obviously, to get the stated protection, but it never feels overly greasy, even when you've put enough on. And so, you know, for those who would normally like to use a facial oil before their makeup, perhaps, or they would like to use a facial oil in their daily routine, but then they don't like to put sunscreen on top, maybe this is an answer. I don't know. it's very, very lovely. I like it a lot. Other thing in this range that I liked, there were a couple of products that I wasn't so sure on, like clay mask scrub things. Can't remember what it was called now, but it didn't look so appealing to me. But this really was Rest and Reset 72-hour hydrating gel. Okay, now you know, like all these ranges like Moisture Surge and all these lightweight gels that are really quenching. This is up there with those, but it's pounds. I thought this was amazing. I mean, it doesn't feel luxurious or anything in this little plastic pot. And also I've had it stored on its side, look, so that looks really attractive for them. Sorry, Simple. However, it feels so cooling, so refreshing, so thirst quenching, that I was just majorly impressed with it. And that's from that range. Don't even know what the range is called. Protect and Glow, maybe? Stab in the dark with that one, but yeah, no, they both say that. Not Protect and Glow, Protect and Glow. And they're both really cheap, cheap as chips. So they've made it into the favourites. I've got so many things I want to show you, but I'm going to keep to my 5 items. Let me know how you feel about favourites being anything and not just beauty, because I think I only asked people on my blog and they all said do everything else as well. You might have a different opinion here, but I think it just shakes it up a bit, doesn't it? Because it can get a bit boring. So those are my favourites for September, and I shall see you in the next video. Make sure that you like and subscribe and all of those things that make life worth living.